Coming up on iPads in the Classroom, we're learning about the human body. Hi, my name is Guy Trainin, and this is iPads in the Classroom from TechEdge, and today we're going to talk about the human body and learning about it. And we're going to start with one of my favorite apps about the human body. This is called Essential Skeleton. And this app allows students to explore the skeleton from any dimension. So you've got the full skeleton, but you can zoom in and out on any part. You can move around. You can also change where you're looking from. So you can look from up looking down or down looking up or anything else. You can also highlight any specific piece of the skeleton. So this is the frontal bone, and you can actually fade the frontal bone and see what's happening inside. We can scroll and see the whole cavity where the brain sits. Or you can do exactly the opposite, and that is you can fade everything else, or even actually hide everything else and just look at that specific bone. So you can very carefully explore the whole human skeleton just using this app, and you can see that you get a little bit of information here, and more than that, you get the ability to listen to what is it called. So there's access to the way these words sound and adding information. If you click on the I button, you get information, and you can see the different views of the bone, and then a short description about the bone. 3D4Medical, which is those who make this app, make a for pay app that has all of the layers, including muscles, nervous system, and all of that. But this, just the skeleton, you can get for free. So this is Essential Skeleton. The next one is, again, looking at the bones of the body, but this is a much simpler app. So if you're working with younger kids and you don't want that level of complexity, you have here a human skeleton, a drawing, and then when you click on any one part, you hear the name of that bone, and then have a short description with an actual drawing of that specific bone. So you can go back. And so you see the foot bones, and then a short description there. And this is Bones Light. The next app I want to talk about is Power of -10 Bone. And in this app, you actually get to explore the bones in the hand. And you get a sort of an X-ray here. And there are two kinds of bones. There's normal bone, and then there's broken bone. And the broken bone is great. You can see the break right there. But the great thing is you've got the scientific size, so you've got a scale, but you can also zoom in and see exactly the healing. And here what you can do is you can actually look at how the bone heals over time. So you just move this, and you can see how the phases go through, and there's a description right here about what the phases are doing until the bones are remodeled and fused, and you're ready to go. So that's one way, but there's more. When we zoom in, you actually can see where we are in the size. So these are nanometers, and you can go deeper into the cells, but these are some bone cells. But if you look around, you can also see the blood cells flowing around the bone. And again, if you click on the different cells, you also get a description. So this is really allowing you to explore things all the way deep into 30 nanometers and seeing the way the bones are constructed from the smallest all the way to full cells, and to a close-up of the bone and the break, and then the whole hand. The next app I want to explore is called Build a Body, and in Build a Body, students actually get to put the right parts of the body to construct whole systems. So you can, for example, take the skeletal system, and you can put the cranium or the skull here, the mandible, and continue down the different pieces of the body as you go along, and you can scroll up and down and find all the parts. And after you construct all of the different systems of the body, you actually layer them on a body so kids can see how all of this fits together as one system. So this is called Build a Body from Sponge Lab. The final app that I want to show you about the human body is called Human Body from D'Agostini. And this one actually has the option to look at a male or a female body, and only the sensory system is available for free, but I think that's quite extensive. And you get a sense of what would you get if you bought the whole app. So if you look at the sensory system, you can see that there are the different senses, and you can look at an introduction, touch and screen, sight and the eyes, hearing, smell, and taste. And in each one of these, you see a map, and you can switch between outside and inside. So what happens inside the body and outside the body is different. And then if you click on any of those, what you get is you get a short description and either a photograph or more information. In this case, there are actually short movies that talk about how these organs work as we get along. And you can see that you also have access to these from a more formal way to look at this. Here it's called articles, the sensory system, and you can see that there's different things about the tongue, taste buds, root of the tongue, etc. And there are also, if you look at the system as a whole, there's also a movie that can be accessed this way, and this is a short movie about the sight, how sight works. So from light particles to how they're perceived by our brains. And these are cartoons that helps explain these very complex processes. So this app is called Human Body from D'Agostini. And so today on iPads in the Classroom, we talked about 5 different apps, all about the human body. And all of the apps we talked about were free. Many of them have also a paid version that has more content. But the great thing about that is sometimes what is available free is just fine for everybody. And in other ways, it's a way to explore and see if the content is appropriate. And so if you'd like to buy it, you have a chance to explore it and see what it contains and what it could contain. And we'll see you next time on iPads in the Classroom.